Hey, what's up everyone? We're back with a quick tip in Cubase 10 Pro, so stay tuned and let's get into it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody do the butthole.
So it's no secret that back in the day I played in a band called Your Dad's Butthole. There's one of our shirts right there. Now in the beginning, Your Dad's Butthole had a rotating cast of members in and out of it. But by the time our second album, Deuce, came around, which I will link below, Your Dad's Butthole had a rock-solid group of dudes playing with it. And those were great times, but people get older, and they have families, and they have job opportunities elsewhere, and now Your Dad's Butthole sort of spread all over the country. That makes making a new album tough, but Your Dad's Butthole can't be deterred. It can't be deterred. So I've been talking with the guys and we've been coming up with some ideas for some demos. I've been demoing them out in Cubase. And when you do demos by yourself as opposed to playing with the band, there's a lot of things you have to keep in mind. And one of those is how tempo changes are easier when everyone's sort of just feeling it, looking at each other. In a DAW setting, you really have to plan ahead and get that stuff locked in. So that's what we're going to look at today. Let's just jump into this demo that I'm working on for Your Dad's Butthole. Okay, so what I have here, we'll just play this, is an intro that's at 150 beats per minute, and we can take a look at the tempo track. And then by the time we get to the 20-second bar, if you look right here, you'll see, or down here, you'll see the tempo jumps to 110. So we'll just listen to how that transition sounds. And if you want to do something like this with the band, it's really easy. You typically just have the rhythm guitar player play that riff, and then you sort of go along with it. But when you're programming drums, it really has to fall on the bar lines, and any discrepancy can really screw up how easy it is to demo out songs. So the first thing you'll need to do is set up a tempo change in the tempo track. And you can add a tempo track in Cubase Pro, and it will fit in the arranger window. I remember when I used to use Cubase Elements, it didn't. So you can see here the tempo track. So you can adjust the tempo right here with the pencil tool, however you want. And it just follows whatever snap settings you have. But I don't think that this actually on the arranger window is allowed in Cubase Elements, or at least it wasn't when I used it. But there was a tempo track in Cubase Elements that you get to by hitting Control-T. Now, here's the tempo change right here, and that's all well and good, but what if you screwed up or you had a lead and you wanted a different sort of sound or set of processing or switch to a different guitar right at 22? Well, that's when you use your count-in for your click. So if we go down to our click settings here, we can open metronome setup. And I always use 2 bars to count, and you could just use 1. So we will use the time signature at record start. So we have if we went back to the 21st bar, this is 150 beats per minute. We'll hit record. But we'll see here, I can do the riff right here, and since the tempo drops right at the 22nd bar, it'll actually take the stated tempo, which is 110. You can see right there. So if we wanted to record that riff and we wanted to come in right there or double it up, it's incredibly hard in a band setting to have 2 guys sort of change the tempo perfectly, but you could do it really easy in a recording setting. So let's just try that. So as you can see, it's like very easy to do stuff that would be hard to have 2 guitars play that tempo change perfectly. I mean, they could sort of lock into rhythm eventually, but then you're perfectly on time with the drums. So we can listen back. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, feel free to like or subscribe, and take care of yourselves, everyone. Peace.
Well, class cake beer gave my girl what for, like a list of Texas Joe T. I'm sore, I got the butthole blues.